All right, y'all. It's your boy back again. Uh, Pre-game synopsis video. A year older. My birthday was yesterday. I'm now a big 33. So I had a pretty good day yesterday. I ain't do too much. But anyway, Pels play the Pacers tonight. Um, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know what to make of this matchup because the Pacers are good. They're one of those teams that I always like. They just got like personnel in places that I really like Miles Turner, Vic, Brogdon, Oladipo. It's Sabonis. Uh, they just got guys like a lot of those guys. I think it's like okay, they put a lot of guys where you're like, man, that guy can play, and it's just like they took like five from different teams to just say, here, y'all gonna be on the court together, and it shows up as they just win. Like people doubt the Pacers every year, and they somehow end up with an above 50% win rate, and they're in the playoffs. Um, and I just gotta say, I really like a lot of those guys. I would love to have Sabonis. If we just talk about the Pels or the Mavericks, I'd love to have Sabonis. I'd love to have Miles Turner. I would love to have Vic. I wish we could have got Vic for Drew. You know, um, that's one of the I put that on Twitter. I was like, man, I would if we gotta trade him, if we can't get Miles Turner, nigga, let's go get Vic. You know, Vic can do all the same stuff, and he's probably more athletic, and he's good defensively. He literally is Drew Holiday, but with better shooting. He's clearly the better shooter. Um, and he could play off ball stuff. So I thought he would have been a great fit for the Pels. Even if we couldn't get Miles Turner, I would have been fine with that. But Sabonis is an all star. Everybody wanted Miles Turner because he could space the floor. Brogdon to me is Lonzo Ball. Probably better offensively, but he doesn't have, I think, the intangibles that Lonzo has. Because I think Brogdon put up like 30 the other night, and not Memphis, Milwaukee hadn't been the same since he's been gone. Um, so it's like I like their team point to point matches up well with us. Now I think we're gonna have problems with their backcourt because Brogdon and Vic are bigger overall. I think Brogdon is 6'5". Lonzo's still going to be the biggest, but he's only an inch. It's really not that much. And then Vic, I think, is 6'5" too. So you got like two 6'5" guys in the backcourt versus 6'6" Lonzo and 6'1" Bledsoe. So, to me, it's kind of like, I don't like that. And both can go get points. Both can pass. Both get into you defensively. Like, it's like two copies of the same, except I think Brogdon is probably better mid range and attacking the basket in some cases, and I think Oladipo, as far as shooting, like I'm like for y'all that don't know, Vic is one of like my top 10 favorite players to watch. I love Vic. Vic, my dude. Um, Also, the brother can sing. He's got a YouTube channel, by the way. He makes excellent music. If you like R&B and stuff, go check out Vic. Like I ain't gonna say I'm a Vic stan, but I fuck with Vic. Anyway, um, like I don't want to say I'm liking our backcourt, but I think defensively our backcourt is better. Offensively, I think they're better. But I think they kind of cancel out. I just think when it comes down to it, they got enough size to kind of do some things. And I think Vic is probably maybe the more athletic of the guys. Like they just offer something more physical that I think I favor. That matchup is going to be something though. And especially when Nall comes in to get his minutes, like I'm interested to see how he deals with one of those guys, whoever he's defending or matched up against. That's gonna be interesting to me. But I gotta tell you, man, like I'm favoring their backcourt, but that's about as even as a backcourt matchup and an interesting one as I think you're gonna get. Um, then the other matchup is Steven Adams and Miles Turner. Like, that is gonna be a matchup. Like, this game is gonna, like, to me, this is gonna be a fun game. I hope, I know this Stan would hate this, but I hope this game goes like to 130, 135 points, because like this would be amazing. I'm like, I'm hoping they decide to just throw out all the stops. Like, fuck defense, we going out here to see who can get buckets. Like this, that would be a matchup. Like, put just everybody like, fuck this, fuck the coaches, fuck everybody. This is gonna open gym 5-on-5. The starters versus the starters. Fuck the bench, and let's just go out here and get money. Like, that's what I want to see from these two teams. Y'all be like, why is Jay Strokes high on the Pacers? I'm not high thinking they're gonna win a championship. I ain't that high. I don't smoke, but I do gummies and edibles from time to time. I ain't that high on them. I just like them as a core unit. Like, I just like the guys on the team. They just play basketball. Um, Obviously they don't. They're not perfect, but you go play the Pacers and Pacers can walk up and beat the Lakers. You'd be like, wow. But then you'd be like, well, that's the Pacers. It's like one of those things. It's like they beat the Lakers, not in the 7-game series, but oh, okay, no, yeah, that's the Pacers. They good. That's kind of what it is. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be going on. Um, in those matchups, man. Bi Zion versus uh, Sabonis, and now they're missing what is it, T.J. Warren. I don't know who they have in for T.J. Warren. It might be Holiday. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go check. But that's gonna be interesting because it's gonna be a fun match. It's gonna be a fun match. I'm going to take. I'm gonna take the Pelicans. But would I be surprised if the Pacers beat us? Absolutely not. As far as like even matches, like this is a test game. Like, if you can't go out and beat the Pacers, and it's not even like, even if they win by like a bucket or like a last play, if you can't go out and beat them, man, I'm telling you. Like, let me put it like this: the Pacers are what I call a wall team. They're a wall team. They if you can beat them regularly or consistently, you are one of the upper echelon tier teams in the league. But if you struggle really to beat this team, you can't say you're in competition for a title. This is one of those teams that will determine your ranking in the league. There's only a few of those teams every year because it's like the elite teams, and then there's the mid tier teams, and then there's the trash teams. This team determines whether you get to take or be in consideration, in my eyes, to be, a championship level team. Um, so I'm interested in seeing this. I get to see Malcolm Brogdon versus Lonzo, which I think is going to be a good matchup. Like, Vic and Bledsoe is interesting, but I gotta admit, man, Vic over Bled all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Even if you switch Brogdon and Bledsoe, I still like Brogdon over Bledsoe. Um, Now Lonzo and Vic's a better player. Don't get me wrong, but Lonzo defensively, Lonzo is bigger. He's longer. He's got like y'all gonna be like, man, he really liked the Pacers. I know. I love the Pacers. Like, man, good team, very good team, very underrated. Always well coached. Very they play very sound. They're like, I ain't gonna say they San Antonio East, but it's the vibe I kind of get with them from time to time. But anyway, it's like I can't really and I'm my fault for not looking at this. I should have looked at who they replaced T.J. Warren with, so I could give a better synopsis. But honestly, I don't think they have anybody for Zion anyway. But it's like they're so good. They're just so good. Like, it's like, okay, I can say one thing about the Pels that they could do, and I can say, okay, well, they have this, and I can say, okay, this is one thing about what the Pacers do, and I'd be like, well, the Pels have this. It's like they literally, like, it's like A chess match between two grandmasters is the way I look at it. They are both really good at what they do, and the stuff that they do works well against the other. And so it's like, you know, that's where I'm at with this. I mean, I'm picking the Pels. Like, I'm picking the Pels, but goddamn, I can't wait to watch this one. Like, people are probably like, "Oh, what about when they play the Lakers?" Man, damn that. Like there's certain. Look. I'm one of those guys. I like good basketball, period, which is why I can't watch college. And so I leave all the college analysis and stuff to some of y'all that watch college. I can't watch college football. I can't watch college basketball. But when it comes to the pros, I look at the matchups, I look at the personnel, and I look at the coaching. And I look and see, like, wow, okay, who actually is like on a similar playing field because I want them to play. Like Lakers versus Clippers, I don't mind watching that matchup because they're on equal footing as far as I'm concerned. Um, the Bucks versus Miami makes sense, but do I want to see the Bucks play OKC? Hell no. Last year OKC, different story. This year OKC, nah. There's certain matchups like I didn't really care that much for Phoenix versus the Pels like that, but this is one of those wars where it's like, I would bet my money on any team. Period. Like it's just one of those like it's a coin flip to me. It just depends on the day, and it might be that way tonight. It might be a coin flip. It might be one of those games where whoever gets hot first, game over. You know, um, but yeah, like this is one of those matches I'm gonna salivate for, like for the rest of the year. Whenever they play again, it's gonna be like, oh, they get to play again. And if they go out there and put up like 132, 128, it's gonna be like, oh, I can't wait for part two. Oh, I can't wait for part two. But then they might play a very good defensive game, and it might be like 98 to 95, like it was with the Spurs. So I don't know. I just want to see it. I want to watch it. Like I really wish we could just take the NBA part out of it and just put the starters on the court and say go play, and just see what happens. Because boy, that would be funny. Not funny. That'd be interesting. Um, it's funny though. There was a post. Side note: there was a post on Twitter. They talking about whose core is better, and they was talking about the Spurs versus the Pels. You got people talking about, oh, the Spurs core is better than the Pels. Like what the fuck? What the entire fuck? Like, ain't no way DeJounte Murray and what's the nigga name? Lonnie Walker and them better than Lonzo, B.I., and Zaya. Like, they whole core ain't better. Man, get the fuck out of here. But that post is on my Twitter page, Black J Strokes. Y'all more than welcome to go look at it. I tagged a couple people in it because I thought that shit was hilarious. Yes, hilarious. Hilarious. But yeah, it's some of the shit these people say be. But anyway, that's all I got for this. I'm taking the Pels. Uh, if they lose, I wouldn't be surprised. Um, if they get curb stopped because they come out there playing flat, I wouldn't be surprised. But if they get curb stopped, I don't think that's indicative of the Pels necessarily. But this is an important game. Both teams are 4-2. Whoever loses go to 4-3, and it gets harder from there. Pels need to be 5-2 for this after this. So let's go Pels. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.